Some say it looks like a dinosaur. Others think it mimics the winding path of the human gut. Many affectionately refer to it as the shit snake. Officially, it's known as Privy 2, Biosolids in You, an architectural installation and demonstration garden that highlights the use of biosolids or treated sanitation waste as an agricultural fertilizer. This installation was born out of collaboration between students, faculty, and staff in anthropology, architecture, landscape architecture, and landscaping services at The Ohio State University. The pavilion, featured at the center of the site, is made from recycled plastic foam, constituted from over 38,000 one-liter plastic bottles. The field of corn that surrounds it is grown in compost derived from treated sanitation waste produced by the city of Columbus. The intent behind the installation's design was to offer people the chance to interact with and reflect on late industrial waste recycling and the ecologies of excess that animate it. In doing so, we wanted people to consider the possibility that their wastes, even in the most intimate bodily forms, might not necessarily be wastes at all, but rather resources that require creative reimagination. For millennia, farmers have relied on human excrement as a source of fertilization. In the U.S. today, about 8 million dry tons of treated sanitation sludge are produced annually, but half of that material is either incinerated or landfilled. The remaining half is returned to the land, and a central objective of our research was to understand the processes and people behind the transformation of human waste into an agricultural resource. But more than that, we wanted to create an opportunity for others to experience it, to feel it, even to touch it. This tactility was tactical. Much of ethnographic research is grounded in observations and interviews from which insights about human lives are then transferred or even transmogrified into textual renderings. Growing interest in accessibility of visual methods has led to expanded use of film, video, and photography in ethnographic representation too. Fewer contemporary ethnographers, however, have sought to translate their work into public spaces or landscape-level installations. Some notable exceptions include the ethnographic Terminalia, and more recently Elizabeth Chin's Wakanda University and Jason De Leon's global exhibition, Hostile Terrain. Building on these cases, our work asks how ethnographic research can inspire tactical interventions in public spaces that prompt or even urge collective reimagining of our shared social worlds in general, and late industrial ecologies of excess in particular. This work draws inspiration from the contemporary movement known as tactical urbanism, which focuses on short-term interventions in city spaces that can provoke long-term changes. In essence, tactical urbanism aims to reinvigorate and refresh common sense about the commons. Tactical anthropology, in our conception, should do the same. Through the installation of Privy 2, we aim to open conversation around the management of bodily waste, a basic fact of human and organismal existence. We also sought to make visible the processes by which the city of Columbus, Ohio, has worked to reconfigure and manage its biosolids. It's a notable case study because in 2017, the city achieved 100% beneficial use of these resources. A significant part of this material goes to agriculture, but it's also used in forestry projects and energy production. In addition, the city produces a compost known as Comtil used for home gardens and landscaping, including green spaces at Ohio State. Most members of the general public, however, are unaware of biosolids use, and a small group of vocal critics stand in fierce opposition to it. Our site visits and interviews with professionals involved with biosolids yielded several findings regarding the challenges to building public acceptance. First, the management of odors is a major preoccupation of both wastewater treatment facilities and those who use biosolids for fertilization. While composting helps mitigate the problem, some biosolids fertilizers can attract negative attention due to unpleasant odors. Second, wastewater treatment workers emphasize that EPA regulations make biosolids safe for use, particularly through the elimination of pathogens and the reduction of heavy metals. But there's also recognition of unknowns, largely the effects of unregulated industrial chemical compounds or emerging contaminants. Because of these uncertainties, the use of biosolids is widely disputed among farmers, gardeners, landscapers, and soil scientists, as well as the communities where they live and work. By installing Privy 2 on a college campus that's surrounded by agricultural lands where biosolids are applied, we wanted to give students, faculty, and staff the opportunity to interact with these resources and consider their own bodily relationships to the land. We hope this project might provoke conversations about the challenges of sustainability in times of increasing resource constraint, while also prompt reflection on how our socio-ecological systems are founded on the cycling of organismal and material excesses. The intervention also hints at the idea that we live in a world that's deeply compromised, and yet that shouldn't stop us from trying to make it more livable, despite the inevitable flaws in any of our designs. Yes, triclosan and PFOAs and PCBs run through the waste stream, as do a crazy diversity of residues from pharmaceuticals and personal care products that individuals consume and excrete. But with the growing ecological crisis before us, many wastewater treatment workers and engineers reason that we simply cannot afford to hide from our wastes anymore. Still, for the majority of Americans, the realities of sewage treatment and disposal largely remain hidden in plain sight. As Gay Hawkins argues, the hydraulic sanitation system is a public secret aided by modernist infrastructure that blinds people from knowing where their shit ends up. Privy 2, as a tactical intervention, asks how biosolids and other forms of industrial waste recycling can help to reimagine ecological rehabilitation on an already damaged planet.